Hewitt Estates is a property consultancy. Um, what we do is we work with families who invest in property and we help them to understand the range of things you can actually invest in property that can bring significant returns. So we aren't financial advisors and it's not a regulated area. But what we're doing is we're looking at the business plan behind how you invest in property. So if you have a table and you put all of the options on the table and the only thing you're aware of is buy-to-lets, that's the only thing you can invest in because you want to invest in property, but the only thing on your property table is a buy-to-let investment. So that's all you can have. Now, I have clients, or I've met clients recently over the last few years when mortgage rates went through the roof, um, where they had large buy-to-let portfolios. The buy-to-let portfolio, tend to yield maybe 4%, 5%, depending on where they are in the country. And when mortgage rates went to 6%, portfolios that were very highly leveraged ended up in a position where the money going out every month was more than the money coming in. Now, if you have a property portfolio, a large property portfolio, and that's your job to manage that, you've got 30 odd properties. Your job is to manage that, manage the tenants, manage the properties, fix all the problems. You can be incredibly busy looking after that number of properties. And your income comes from the rent. Your income comes from the surplus. When you've got your rent in, you've paid your mortgage, you've paid your bills, you paid the maintenance, you paid everything else. Um, what's left is then your income. Now, if your portfolio is spending more than it's bringing in, you're losing money every month, and you don't have another job to be able to apply that money in to continue to invest in that portfolio. So now you can find yourself in a real problem, and it's because buy-to-lets are a relatively low yielding investment. Now, 4 or 5% may be absolutely fine as an investment, but as a business, 4 or 5% on your money is very small. If you made a capital investment into a business and saw 4 or 5% return on your investment, that would be a very low expectation for that capital investment. Um, so when you can put other things on the table, and there's a whole range of things you can put on the table. Um, now the investor has options. Now the investor can choose. They can pick and choose. They can cherry pick the things that they like the sound of. Some things might be great for capital appreciation. Some things might be great in terms of adding capital value through some form of development. Some things may be great in terms of having a higher income yield. So the bricks and mortar themselves produce more income. And when you can put a number of these things together in your portfolio, you are diversifying your portfolio. So you're not overly extended on one strategy like buy to let. You have invested in a number of property strategies, which can all offer your portfolio something different. Like capital appreciation might be great in some years. Having a higher income for some of your properties might be great in some years. And by having a mix of these different things, you're helping to future-proof your portfolio, um, to different market conditions. So at Vetted Estates, that's what we look to do, and we have success in being quite transformational in terms of what we've done with some of our clients' property portfolios. Um, so, but where does that play with financial advice? So we aren't giving financial advice. It's business. It's about business, how you invest in property. However, you need mortgages for all of the things that I've just described. If you want to leverage your portfolio, if you're a cash buyer, absolutely fine. But if you want leveraging in your portfolio, you're going to need perhaps bridging lenders, and you're going to need a range of mortgage product. So we do a lot of work with mortgage brokers in this space. Um, but there's other areas as well. So um, if you if you're building your property portfolio in property, you want to be tax efficient. So again, we're back into the realms of what the accountant is going to be able to offer. What's the best structure for you to build your portfolio? And how do you get the money that you want out as tax efficiently as possible? Are you building it in a company? How is that company able to pay you in a way that's going to be tax efficient for you in terms of your income? Um, we would look at insurances. So again, financial advisors are going to come in and advise on insurance. If you're building a property portfolio, let's say you and a friend or your brother or um, you know other people in a property group, maybe you're doing joint investments. Maybe you're buying properties together. Maybe you're pooling your money and buying properties together to help you to get more properties quicker. What happens if one of them passes on and there's an inheritance tax liability on the estate? No, there's an inheritance tax liability on your property business. If there's an insurance that can pay out that covers the liability, then you're fine. The rest of you can continue to invest. Whereas something like that could ultimately, be the end of that whole investment business. So we work with again the range of professionals with vetted estates. We're working with a client to identify again the strategy, how they want to build it, what their end objective is going to be, and to help them to maximize what they're doing over time. And then we're working with those different professionals to make sure that what they're building, they're using the right kind of finance and leveraging finance effectively. We're making sure that they're operating tax efficiently and getting their money out tax efficiently in terms of what they want to be able to spend themselves. Um, we're working with them with financial advisors and solicitors to make sure they have the right protections in place and to make sure that they're thinking financially for the future. So with vetted estates, we again would perhaps spearhead that professional team in terms of bringing all of that value that the professionals can offer to a client when they're on their property investment journey.